Good morning, Pottery peeps. In the studio, I actually had a milestone this week. I was able to last 3 hours out here before my legs turned into Frankenstein and I hobbled my way inside. So 3 hours. All right. That's what I'm counting on today. The video's not going to be 3 hours. But since Easter is coming up, I figured it would be a good time to show you how to make a deviled eggs tray. I love deviled eggs. And I only eat them like on Easter and Thanksgiving and Christmas. I don't know why, but that just seems to be the way it goes. I also did a single one, an oval, kind of looks like an egg with a little flare. But I'm going to show you how to do the plate, and I'm actually after this type of arrangement, not the three, I'm just going to do the two. Because I have a fairly good sized family, 4 kids, and 3 are married, and almost 4 grandkids. Come June, we'll have number 4. So when we get together for family meals, I'm not the only one who likes deviled eggs. So I figured if I did this one holds, this is the bigger plate that I've been loving playing with GR Pottery forms. This is the bigger one. I've already set the hole, and what's nice, since we're pushing the eggs into it, the hardware, I don't have to make room for the hardware. Like on this one, I had to make a foot so that hardware wasn't sitting on the table. So I've already done 2 of these, and with the smaller one, this one's got 5 eggs in it, and this one's got 10, so 15 eggs. So that's what we're doing. Because I know I'm not going to be the only one who's going to want one of these, so I better make more. I pretty much go by, if I'm excited about it, somebody else is going to be excited about it, and so I don't ever make just one thing. And if you've been following my channel, it's pretty eclectic. I'm eclectic. I'm not what you would call a production potter. I get bored. I do not want to make the same thing over and over. So I set myself up kind of about the seasons, you know, though I could make Halloween year round. In fact, we were just talking about making Halloween. Halloween's just fun. But like my chip and dip bowls that sell really well, I pretty much only make them twice a year. And I'll make these deviled egg trays this time of year. I probably won't make them after. But I'm going to get you down so that you can see what I'm doing. The things I'm using are the WA System 2 with GR Pottery forms. And I'm also using these. Because, you know, it's Easter. They need to be pretty. And I'm rolling texture into this one. The first one I didn't roll any texture. And this is the Scandi birds by Clayshare. I've heard you talk, I'm sure you've heard me talk that I was a foreign exchange student to Finland in high school. I love anything Scandinavian. Just love the Suomi people. Anyway, so let's get you down so you can see what I'm doing, and we will get going on our deviled eggs tray. Before I lower you down, I forgot that this is a wheel thrown deviled eggs tray that I made 2 or 3 years ago. This is the one I have in my house. And I can't get on my kick wheel yet. We're going to actually try it today. If I can get on my kick wheel, I will show you, I will add a little bit on how to make this on the wheel. You don't have to do it hand building for all those wheel throwing pottery lovers. And it's just basically a tray. I did throw kind of an egg. I want to do a better egg next time. And then push the eggs into it to get the tray, or get the deviled eggs to sit and not like bump into each other. It's like bumper cars. Anyway, so we'll see if that actually happens today. If not, you know what? This hand-built version is a really, really great way to do this. I've already got my WA system set up on my wheel. And I've already rolled out my slab, and also, oh my goodness, I've got bluebirds out here on my deck making a lot of noise. So if you hear a lot of noise, they're going after seeds in my flower bed that I never cleaned up. So this is the GR Pottery Forms rim templates. This is the bigger one, and it just goes, I had to take the one screw out of it, or the bat pin out of it, and then just put my plate on it. Problem is I can never see where. There we go. Once that's done, I know that I can fit 10 eggs on this plate since I've already done it. And I just pretty much kind of divide the plate up. And these eggs, I got, I'm not sure where I got them. I've had them for a long time. But I ordered them in bulk, so. All right, so if I remember right, I kind of pushed these to the rim. Actually, I think I had them going the other direction. I did. So you just it's cool. It makes kind of a flower, which I thought the Scandi bird design on the rolling pin, since it's got little birdies in it, it would be fun for this. So just line up your eggs the way you want them. And I put 2 eggs in the middle because you can't have too many. And then I do want some spacing between the eggs. So kind of line it up. All right, once you've got that lined up, and I've already cut this. So actually, it's very wet clay. You want to do this with fairly wet clay. So I'm going to just bring this over. Don't move your eggs, and set it down on the plate. This is actually a pretty easy, I would consider this a very easy thing to do. So then I want to just, compress that toward the plate, just like we've done on the others. So just go all the way around. And then you are going to need a sponge and water, because you want to just gradually coax this clay to form around those eggs. Just take it, you don't want to crack or tear the clay, so just be really gentle and coax it into doing what you want to do. That's why you also want to have, this is fresh out of the bag. It's Bee Mix by Aardvark. And then we'll just continue to do this and smooth that. And then once I've got it started, I'm going to actually come back with my finger and compress that down around those eggs even more. All right. You can just go and do that all the way around. I'll speed you up for this. It's kind of monotonous, when you sit and watch it. It's like, get to the final project. All right, so got that pretty much done. So now it's just a matter of, I want to just compress this around the plate. Take out any finger marks again. And then we will bring our sponge back in. Actually, I need a little bit more speed. There we go. Okay. And that's basically it, except for the next step. We're gonna lift this off of here. Actually, I'm gonna have to move the camera, I think. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna make sure you're seeing what I'm doing. So, I'm gonna take this on something tall, like pint bottle. This is just a cup I made. And somehow it's got left out in the studio. So, we're using it. And then, go ahead and lose that. And I've got this wire thing. I'm not sure where I got it. You know, when you've been doing pottery for so long, you don't, you pick up stuff and you don't necessarily remember where you picked it up. So I'm going to go around this and cut it. And I just got the wire tool straight up and down. Just go all the way around it and cut it. Makes a really nice line. Okay. Get a little goober off of there. And just gonna set this back on. And all I'm gonna do is soften that edge with a sponge and then let it set up to dry. That's it. Pretty easy plate. So you can see how I'm softening the edge. One of the things I don't like about hand-built plates is the rim. So if you, I've got so much light in here, I can't see if you're seeing what I'm seeing because I can't see the screen. So I will spend a considerable amount of time with my finger and the sponge rounding that edge off. I don't want a sharp edge. I don't want an edge to look like it's been cut. And by spending a few extra minutes, not only do you get a prettier plate, but you get one that looks like it could have been thrown on the wheel. So just take your time. And then after I take it off the form, I will do this exact same thing to the other side. All right, there we've got it. I will pick you back up when it is ready to be taken off the form and show you what it looks like. Okay? All right, we're back. It's later in the day, and I'm not going to get on my kick wheel today. Always, you know, I always think I can do more than I can. Anyway, so I'm going to save that experiment till tomorrow and see if I can actually get on there. If you guys want to see a wheel thrown deviled eggs tray, I can definitely do that. So just let me know in the comments. It's fairly easy to do if you can throw large, because you have to throw like a really large platter. So right now, all I'm going to do is take these off their molds. And then we'll see what they look like and set them out to dry. One thing that I also do is I need to, since I want to stack these the way this is done with 2 plates, since I want to stack them, I need to put a hole in for the hardware. And you need to go bigger than you think you do because this is going to shrink. So err on the side of caution. The hardware that, the pieces that come with this, I don't know if you can see. Maybe you can on the back. No, they got little foam washers. And if the hole ends up being too big, you can always go to the hardware store and get like a bigger foam washer. All right. So let's see how these look. Where's my... Then I just take a tool to help me get the plate out. And then it's just a matter of taking out the eggs. It's probably going to be harder to see how this one looks, mainly because it's got all the design in there, but maybe it really looks like it's folded fabric. But I'm going to go ahead and put the hole in the middle right now. And I just eyeball the middle. And then I just sponge it, you know, make everything soft. No sharp edges. And then I will take my sponge, kind of bend it, and go around this probably a couple of times to soften that edge. Now I did this one a little bit different than I did the one yesterday. If you'll notice, the rim on this one is totally flat. The one yesterday, which is up on the shelf, you pull the smaller one down. You can probably see on the profile, it's not totally flat. I actually put it up on spacers and then bent it down, but then I was looking at it and thinking it might be too tall, too much of a bowl. And so this one I left flat. So it'll be interesting to see which one I like best when they're all done. So I don't weigh these down, and this time of year I don't cover them. There's no joints. I will just set it on the shelf to dry out. I have found that they don't tend to work because of the pressure of the eggs, I guess. That physics thing again. At least that's my thought process on it. I could be wrong. Take the egg out. And then put the hole in the middle. And that's basically it. So I will keep watching, and after these are glazed, probably be bisfired later this week. And the nice thing about having a working studio and not just my stuff that has to fill the kiln, I usually can bisfire. Well, I do bisfire 2 to 3 times a week, and we glaze fire 2 to 3 times a week. So plates will always take up more room in the kiln, so we'll have to see. But yeah, what's interesting, we'll have to see how this comes out and so forth. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and leave a comment if you want to see a wheel thrown version once I can get on the wheel. It might be next Easter to show these, because I usually, like I said, I don't make them but one time a year. All right, so that's it for today with these deviled egg trays. You'll have to let me know once I can get on my wheel if you want to see a wheel thrown version of this. It probably won't be a stackable. I wouldn't stack a wheel thrown version. I can get these actually thinner because they're slab built. They're actually fairly thin. I would say that they're a little less than 1/4 of an inch. But I can definitely, hopefully, fingers crossed, if I can get on my kick wheel. I can't throw something that large on my artista that I'm sitting on this, mainly because I need to get over it, and that's too tall. So if I'm going to throw a platter of, you know, like this, I need to, the part of the centering, I need to be over it and putting my muscles and the weight onto it, and that's too tall to do it. So that's why I'm dying to get on my kick wheel. It just opens it up for me to do more things. So we'll see, fingers crossed. Anyway, I hope you're having a good weekend, and we will see you next weekend.